Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here, and Samsung just announced their new Galaxy S22 lineup. I just posted a video discussing the differences between all of the different phones. I can link to that down below if you missed it. However, now it's time to actually unbox them. So I have the Galaxy S22 Ultra, which we'll unbox in this video. I also have the S22 Plus. We'll check that out in just a little bit. Make sure you subscribe so you're notified when that video goes live. However, right now, let's check out the flagship from Samsung. Pre-orders start today and the phone launches on February 25th. Samsung's also offering a bunch of perks to pre-order like Samsung Credit and even free upgrades in storage if you pre-order. I can link to that down below. Anyways, the Galaxy S22 Ultra is different this year. It has an S Pen built into it, which was typically on the Note series, so it seems like Samsung is taking the Note series and just incorporating it in with the Ultra lineup, which I really like, especially because now it can be the Galaxy S lineup and then their foldable lineup. Anyways, let's go ahead and unbox the latest flagship from Samsung, see what comes inside, and then of course get some hands-on with this new phone and check out that S Pen. Let's get started. Here is the new Galaxy S22 Ultra in a very small box. Samsung's doing its best to keep up minimal packaging to help with the environment. Now, here is the device. We are gonna set this flagship to the side for just a second, continue through. Inside, a SIM ejection tool, and let's see what else. Looks like just a quick getting started guide and a USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable. And that's it. So no charging brick is included. And on to what you came to see, the Galaxy S22 Ultra, peeling off the plastic. This is a phantom black color. Yes, I was kidding. I knew this isn't the Note. Anyways, it also has looks like just a bit of a front screen protector. We can peel that off too and boot up the device. I really do like this black color, very sleek. And you'll see it just has cutouts for the various lenses on the back camera. We'll talk about that in just a second. And while it boots up, let's actually take a closer look at this phone. So down at the bottom left is where that S Pen is popping it out. You just press in and you can pull it on out. We'll talk more about that in just a second. You have a speaker, USB Type-C port for charging microphone, and our SIM card slot. Continuing on, you'll notice the round sides. I believe this is just an antenna, the 5G antenna, if I'm not mistaken. You have a power button and two volume rockers. Make note of the camera bump. It is very, very minimal. I do like the contrast with the silver color on the outside as opposed to it just being all black. Just makes it look a little bit more sleek in my opinion. And then up towards the top, you've just got a microphone. Along the left side, absolutely nothing. Again, make note of just that curve to that display, especially because it's different than the S22 and S22 Plus. And finally, a quick close-up of the back camera, and there's a Samsung logo. And speaking of that camera system, there are 4 lenses. You have a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, a 108 megapixel wide angle lens. Samsung also says that in this phone, they use the largest pixel sensor that they have used yet. So low light photography should get a bump. I'll have to test that out and let you guys know in a later video. Now also, you have 2 more lenses. Both of them are 10 megapixel telephoto lenses. Now one of them zooms in 3 times optically and another one at 10 times optically. And utilizing these telephoto lenses, you can zoom in up to 100 times total. So now that our phone is fully booted up, I'm going to run through the startup process and talk about everything that's noteworthy. You do have multiple options to protect your phone, including face recognition, but we are going to set up the fingerprint scanner. This is actually an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner in display. To set it up, you just set your thumb down in the spot, and traditionally what I found with in-display fingerprint scanners is that you get used to that specific location of where they are at, so it becomes just kind of second nature of where to place your thumb. You don't really even need to look every time. It takes a little bit though. Maybe after a week of using it, you should be good to go. So this fingerprint was added. You can add more if you'd like to. Let's continue on. All right, you are all set up and ready to go. Let's hit finish. Should bring us to the home screen if I'm not mistaken. There we go. I also want to make note that the bottom and top are very flat overall, so I really want to kind of test out if I can balance it. Do not try this if you have a Galaxy S22 Ultra. I think the S Pen's actually getting in the way because it's a little rounded towards the bottom. But anyways, let's go ahead and set it up. There we go. So very easily you can actually balance it on top and bottom. Let's see if we can do it this way. I don't know why I'm doing this, just kind of for fun. There we go. So you can balance this phone on the top and bottom. I would not recommend doing so. And since it's showing us some shortcuts, here is a closer look at the S Pen with a button right there. You can click it like a normal pen if you would like to. So this is very similar pen to the Note series that you were used to. And it shows off some of the features like Smart Select. You have Translate as well in a bunch of different languages. S Pen to text, so you can just write and it will read what you wrote. I'm guessing even if you have bad handwriting, I have terrible handwriting and it does a good job recognizing what I'm actually writing out. Air Actions as well, where you can take pictures of yourself with just the pen. That is very useful when taking group pictures. Trust me, do it all the time. Get together with people. It uses Bluetooth and you can just go ahead and snap pictures with the button on the pen and a group of other options that you can use. Now, I did just change the wallpaper, and one really cool thing, Samsung gives you a lot of different ways to theme the phone overall, including the color palette. Basically, it shows some different colors from the wallpaper, and you'll notice it changes apps, it changes settings, and other various things just based on the specific palette that you choose. You can apply it to your app icons. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply one of them, and there we go. There's our new wallpaper on the home screen. And speaking of, let's check out that gorgeous 6.8-inch dynamic AMOLED display. Samsung has some of the best displays out there, in my opinion. Very full screen, looks really good with that curved edge. I know some people don't like it, but aesthetically, in my opinion, it really does look great. Not only that, this is a 120 hertz display, which I can tell is enabled out of the box just by how smooth it looks. You might not be able to tell on camera, but to my eyeball, I can definitely tell, and that is right here, motion smoothness. It's on adaptive. It can go all the way down to 1 hertz up to 120 hertz, just depending on saving battery, what's shown on the screen. You can bump it down manually to 60 hertz if you'd like to save battery, but I would definitely recommend keeping it on adaptive overall. Now, I also want to point out that out of the box, it uses a 1080p resolution here, that FHD Plus. If you want to take advantage of the full screen resolution at 1440p, definitely make sure you go into the settings and change it, hit apply. Again, this will definitely use a little bit more battery, but if you want to take full advantage of this really good looking screen, I would recommend 120 hertz at 1440p. And just a quick test of that in-display fingerprint scanner. Seems to be very quick, and since it's ultrasonic, should be able to just set your thumb down on a black screen and it will recognize it and unlock, as you can tell. So it seems to be very quick and accurate. Happy to see that. Now let's jump into the camera app, talk about some of those features. So just snapping a couple quick pictures. So you can see that, seems to be very quick and responsive. We can go to the ultra wide angle lens. You'll see how much more it includes in the screen. And then you can go to that 3x zoom. Again, keep in mind, this is optical. This is not digital zoom, or all the way to 10x optical zoom. So if you really want to zoom in, that is great news that it has multiple options for optical. And again, all the way up to 100x, which of course, I'll need to be further away from objects, but that's kind of cool how well it's focusing on something when it's zoomed in like that. Anyways, I'll do it in a little bit more testing and talk about that in my review. You've got your portrait mode video, which is up to 8K. If I go into more, there's a couple different options I want to show off. First of all, Pro mode, which you can change white balance, your shutter speed, ISO, all of that good stuff. And also on the subject, really want to make note, you can now capture in RAW, which if you go into settings, go into picture formats, you can have both JPEG and RAW copies of pictures taken in Pro mode. So you have to be in Pro mode to capture RAW, but if you're looking to really edit your photos, nice that Samsung has added that. And I believe that is only an option in the Ultra. It does not have it in the S22 or S22 Plus. And just a quick look at some of the other various camera modes. Samsung has so many different features built into their camera. It's actually a lot of fun to use, including director's view, hyperlapse, night mode as well, slow-mo, super slow-mo. Now let's go ahead and check out that S Pen. First of all, I kind of wish that the pen was actually on the right side, being right-handed. I'm generally going to hold the phone in my left hand. It'd be easier to just access. Not really like it's that big of a deal, just something I noticed. Anyways, this is something I love using right when this screen is locked. I can take the S Pen out. You'll hear it's making a noise when I'm writing, actually, but the latency is very low. It's very responsive when I am writing. They've actually improved that latency from previous S Pens. You also have a lot of different uses for the S Pen, including translate, live message, screen write, Smart Select, or just creating notes. If you haven't used the S Pen before, it does take a little bit to remember some of these are on there, but when you start using them consistently, they're very valuable and really do add to your productivity. You can add other various shortcuts. You can really customize it to your liking, including magnify, coloring, writing on calendar, or just specific app shortcuts over to the side. As just a quick example, if I wanted to make a live message, I could take a picture, or I can just use color. And then just go ahead and start drawing. And basically, if I said, hi, subscribe, it takes that animation of what you're doing, and then let's say I'm just done. It's going to create a video that you can then send out, whether you're writing, again, taking a picture, drawing something, circling something, making note of something. Get it? Anyways, you'll see it's just very fun and useful overall. You can do coloring. So it's not just something for productivity. You can also add in things to do in your free time. Anyways, that is everything I want to talk about for now with the Galaxy S22 Ultra. I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think about this device. Be sure to subscribe. A lot more content coming soon on this phone and the S22 series in general. Be sure to subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.